Welcome to LSB Feaster's radio channel and travel corner, where our mission in life is keeping great radio from the past alive. Today we're going to Chicago and the Big 89 WLS. It was probably the most popular radio station in the Midwest back in the 60s, 70s, into the 80s. It was ABC's powerhouse top 40 station. And the DJs that worked at this station were legendary. Larry Lujack, Tommy Edwards, Bob Sirott, Fred Winston, who else? Joel Sebastian, Chuck Napp, Art Roberts, Dick Biondi, John Records Landecker, Chuck Buell. I mean, I could literally go on and on. They were that good. This Aircheck features one of the very few female and African-American jocks at WLS. I'm talking about the legendary Yvonne Daniels. Yvonne came to WLS back in 1973, and she was the first female air personality that was ever on WLS. Now, Yvonne worked at several stations, including WYNR, WCFL during its jazz days, and WSDM-FM before getting the call to go to WLS. On the air, Yvonne was great. She was tight, she was brief, she was lively, and she could compete with the big boys on WLS. And what was cool about her shift was she was on in the middle of the night, so she could be heard across much of the country doing that overnight shift. She was at WLS for 8 years before moving down the dial to WVON, which became WGCI, and later she went on to WNUA. Sadly, Yvonne passed on back in 1991 at age 54, so young. If you like this air check, thank you so much. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel too if you like. And after you do, smack that bell. And you will be notified whenever we post anything new. All right, let's go back to the 1970s now with Yvonne Daniels on the Big 89 WLS Chicago.
WLS Music Radio 228, Herb Alpert's Rise, number 2 song this week. That's a young virtuoso from Mexico City called Abraham Laboriel playing bass underneath Herb. WLS Music Radio 232. Just got a hitline request for this one from Midnight Madness. Commodores, if you like your music soft and pretty at this hour of the morning, you got it. This is a gorgeous song. It's called Still. Says it like he means it, he does. The Commodores and Still. 235 WLS with ELO's brand new greatest hits album. A chance for you to win coming up in minutes here with a touchtone.
If you've ever dreamed of owning a classic American car, your time has come. Hello, I'm Gene Weiniger of Deal Ford, announcing the limited sale of 1955 Thunderbird reproductions. You may have heard about or read about these incredible cars. And now we have literature and option prices available for finalizing your order. They're molded in fiberglass from an original best-of-class body, exact in most every detail, powered by an 80 Ford engine and drivetrain, providing top performance and economy too. And you'll be able to select the options you desire to custom design your T-Bird. I truly believe you'll be very impressed when you see what these 55 T-Bird reproductions look like. Prices start at just $89.50. They're manufactured by the largest classic car manufacturer and offered to you by Deal Ford and Farnsworth Ford, your Midwestern distributors. If you're interested in this incredible offer, hurry. The limited production is selling fast, so call Deal Ford at 264-6000 or visit our store at 147th and Western. Live west? Call or visit Farnsworth Ford in Aurora, number 851-5000. It's incredible.
Playback celebrates its 8th anniversary with famous moments in electronics history. Italy, 1781. Luigi Galvani, hard at work in his laboratory, discovers the electrical current.
I've just discovered the electrical current.
Great. Now will you fix the toaster?
Oh, don't you realize what this means to all mankind? No more brushing your teeth by hand. We've got to celebrate.
I'll get the champagne.
Hey, I have a great idea. I'll go to Playback. They're having their 8th anniversary sale, and we can use my new discovery on a Project One Dolby cassette deck, and it's only $149. That's a 25% off. What a deal.
Come into Playback and help them celebrate their 8th anniversary by getting super deals on everything, only at Playback.
Well, I got it. All we gotta do is plug it into the wall socket. Wall socket. I forgot to invent the wall socket.
Playback, the electronic playground.
The holiday season is a pleasant time for sharing hopes for the new year, dreams of the days to come, and memories of days gone by. Sharing with family and friends is the true spirit of this season. We at HFC would like to thank the many of you who have allowed us to help. And remember, if you need us tomorrow, next week, or next year, we're only a phone call away. Happy holidays from Household Finance.
For your information, this is Jim Johnson. Remember the Ku Klux Klan? Well, a recent shootout between Ku Klux Klan members and members of the Communist Workers' Party in Greensboro, North Carolina, once again reminded Americans that the Ku Klux Klan is very much alive and well in the United States. And a recent study by the Anti-Defamation League of B'nai B'rith claims that the Klan has become more violent and is at its greatest strength in more than 10 years. According to Justin Finger of the Anti-Defamation League, even more disturbing than the Klan's numbers is the Klan's change in stance and in tactics. The ADL claims there's been a 25% increase in the Klan's membership since last year, and an increase in the number of Klan sympathizers. Even more alarming to some people has been an increased recruiting campaign aimed at school-age children. This is Jim Johnson.
89 WLS.
All you have to do is be the 15th caller now at 591-3089, area 312, and you're going to win. Greatest Hits album, Electric Light Orchestra, right now. WLS Chicago. WLS Music Radio, Billy Joel's My Life, and Ethan Durham of Ottawa, Illinois, just won his copy of the just-released Greatest Hits album, ELO, furnished by CBS Records. Your chance to win could come up next, so keep it on Music Radio, the only one. 40 degrees in Chicago. It's going to warm up, though, to a high of 52 by afternoon. High tomorrow, even better, 56 degrees. Super Tramp. This is from Breakfast in America. We're going to play it for our friends in the southern part of Canada listening in. It's called Take the Long Way Home. Super Tramp sound, WLS, Take the Long Way Home. Another Easy Street bonus day. That's what's happening all day Thursday. We're naming Easy Street qualifiers all day long, starting at 7 o'clock this morning. So make sure you're listening, because you might be well on your way to a year on Easy Street for Music Radio.
Hear the sound coming through, sweet and clear just for you. Pure and fine all the time, that's our promise to you. Hear the sound, pure delight, can there be any doubt? With Scott's recording tape, the truth comes out.
No matter what kind of music you're into, when you record, you want to hear one thing: true, pure sound. That's what you get with Scotch cassettes. Scotch is designed as carefully as any other component in your system to give you all the performance your stereo can deliver. No tape comes closer to the truth than Scotch.
Hear the sound, pure delight, can there be any doubt? With Scott's recording tape, the truth comes out. With Scott's recording tape, the truth comes out.
Scotch brand recording tapes are available at Polk Brothers stores.
Heileman's Old Style, the legendary beer from God's country, is a beer brewed with sparkling, pure Wisconsin spring water in a traditional old world way of pure brewing, double brewing, called krausening. Krausening is the most natural way to brew beer and the most expensive. Most expensive because it takes more time. Heileman's Old Style is one American premium beer that's still fully krausened, naturally carbonated. Krausening is what makes Old Style a great, light beer. Try Old Style and taste the difference krausening makes. Old Style, pure brewed in God's country. G. Heilemann Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Now, True Value Hardware stores want to give you the facts of life about Rayovac heavy-duty supercell batteries. Rayovac heavy-duty supercells give you better than twice the life of the ordinary batteries. So if you have devices you have to use a lot, use Rayovac. You won't have to replace them as often. In the long run, that's more economical. Get Rayovac heavy-duty supercell batteries in popular sizes, including C's, D's, AA's, True Value Hardware stores. And now Rayovac is offering a $1 refund plus a free assortment of Gillette products by mail with your proof of purchase of any 3 heavy-duty battery packs. Get details on this exclusive offer from participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
True Value Hardware, it's more than just a name. It's a way of doing business that means True Value.
WLS reminds you, for help with a utility company problem, poor service, non-payment of bills, or whatever, call Consumer Services Organization. The number is 922-0213.
The best music, WLS.
Getting us up to news time. Beach Boys, 1966. WLS Music Radio coming back from News with Journey, Barbara Streisand, Donna Summer, Mike Jackson, to name a few. It's 2:53 right now. Some late-breaking developments in Iran. Bob Conway reports.
There's a report just in that some of those being held hostage inside the U.S. Embassy in Tehran will be released soon. CBS News is quoting the Iranian foreign minister as saying that all women and blacks will be released, but that white American males will continue to be held. Exactly when this release will take place, the minister did not say. That word just in, a total of 62 Americans and 36 non-Americans are being held. On Wednesday, President Carter ordered that several $1 billion in Iranian assets in the U.S. be frozen. That followed Iran's announcement that it planned to withdraw more than $12 billion it has deposited in American banks. Newsman Dan Courts has a further report on the economic implications of the Iranian situation.
It's not really possible for Iran to have a very great impact on the United States economy. The fact is that even if Iran were to stop selling us oil as they threatened to do, we could get by without that. If Iran had been able to take all these assets out of the country, it really would have had very little impact on the country. The only thing Iran could do that would hurt our economy very much would be to stop exporting oil altogether, and that would hurt the Iranian economy a good deal more.
NBC News is quoting well-placed sources as saying that the Shah will return to exile in Mexico within 10 days. The Shah is in New York City for cancer treatments. State Department officials declined to comment on that report, saying only that the Shah will stay in the U.S. until his medical treatments are finished. For the past 4 years, the Federal Trade Commission has been working on a proposed set of regulations for the funeral home industry. Well, now it would appear that all that work has been for nothing. Last night, the House approved a controversial bill to prevent the FTC from issuing any funeral home regulations. The measure was sponsored by Illinois Congressman Marty Russo. He says the FTC has been conducting a vendetta against the funeral home industry.
The FTC bureaucrats and well-intentioned but generally biased and uninformed opinion makers have the attitude that the funeral industry is composed of a bunch of rip-off artists, and the only way to control them is to enact a new federal law covering their industry for the first time. As for whether they have a record that supports the need for the law, or whether the record is a fair one, they could care less.